Got a Frankfurt, Ohio.
All right, we're all unloaded here at Florence Speedway. It's our first time here at this track. It looks pretty cool. Nice long straightaways and tight corners. Haven't really been on a track like this yet, so I'm excited to run it. They're getting it ran in right now, about to start the drivers' meeting. Good point, Bob. Alright guys, sorry for the lack of updates. It's been kind of a rough day here at the track. We're not running the best, but it's my first time here and I'm trying to figure it out, doing my best I can. We're gonna go out there for the feature. We start 16th out of 20 cars, so that's not too bad. The heat race, we were started 6th, ended up 5th. One of the cars, we were catching him, but then he ended up getting to the wall, so we got the free pass with that. So that helped us out a little bit. but we're struggling a little bit here tonight. It's all on me, my driving really, but I'm still trying to get laps and figure it out, and we're just gonna go from there. All right, we're here with our weekly interview on the show. We got another driver. Why don't you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Jacob Stickle. I'm from Xenia, Ohio, and driving the number 94 Race Saver 305 here.
All right, how long have you been racing and what forms of racing have you done?
I think this year makes 20 years. I started when I was 5 in quarter midgets, grew up going through the ranks there, went into midgets for a few years, and then I've been running the 305 since.
Okay. What advice do you have to give to a newcomer that wants to get into racing, and not just any form of, not just sprint cars, any form of racing?
I think the easiest is just take it at your own pace. Don't try to go in full bore, and 1, you can burn yourself out. 2, just destroy yourself or other cars. If you want to go slow and just feel it out, take your time and make sure you're having fun. That's the most important part.
Yep. Fun is definitely a big part of it. If you're not having fun, what's the point in doing it?
Yep.
Is there a track that you would like to see to be added to this series?
I've always wanted to run Eldora. We're going to run this year with 360s up there. I've always wanted to run a 305 race there. I don't know what's been holding it, but I've always wanted to run there.
Yeah, that would be a fun one. Eldora is a bad, fast track. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like getting around one of those.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and pray that it's like Atomic but bigger, because normally I have fun there. So
yeah. All right. Do you have a favorite driver or someone that you look up to?
When I was in quarter midgets, we were running Eldora at the Little E the same weekend as the Triple Crown, and anyone who got on the podium in those were allowed to go and sit on the podium with the winner of the Triple Crown, and someone decided they were going to sweep the weekend, and that's Kyle Larson, and ever since that weekend, I've always been a fan of his.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's my favorite too. It's hard to not like him with what he can do.
Exactly. And
he
like
can just get into anything and just drive it, and that's something you got to respect. I know a lot of guys crack on him because he's winning all the time, but yeah. The thing about that is he's making everybody step their games up.
Yeah, he's made people in the sprint car world and the NASCAR world and everything that he's done, they have to keep pushing themselves to be able to show that he's not the best ever he goes, and it's made racing better in all the disciplines that he runs in for that reason.
100%. Okay, lastly, before we get off here, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
I got to thank my parents. Right now and for the past few years, we've been the ones who essentially have to run during the nights for the racing, and not only do they do that, but they help make sure that the car is ready, that we're able to get to the track safely every weekend. I couldn't do this without them, so got to thank them. And then my sponsors, Automotive Parts and Machine Shop in Beaver Creek, Ohio, and then Bradstreet and Company, certified CPAs in Centerville, Ohio.
All right. All right, guys. Well, this is going to be Jacob Stickle for our weekly interview. I'd like to thank you for coming on the show, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
right, car's all unloaded, all in one piece, all cleaned up. Thanks to my buddy Jaden. He came out here, helped us wash the car, get it all cleaned up. Anytime he can come out, he's more than welcome to help me with this stuff. He's a good kid. Really appreciated that. Thanks, buddy. Anytime. Florence didn't really go too well. First night, I really wasn't happy with my performance after the night. Track was really hard. It's a tough track, especially for your first time being there and as a rookie. I struggled all night long. We ended up 15th out of 20 cars, so we weren't at the end of it, but still, I felt like I could have done a lot better. It was the first night we put brand new bars in the car because we were finally able to get us some. Seems like they helped out a lot, but they were a little too stiff, I think, in the rear for how the track got at the end of the night. It slicked off pretty bad. I couldn't get no grip anywhere except for on the bottom, and that's the only place I could really find that bite to get around. So worked my way around the bottom a little bit, hung with the pack a little bit there in the race, as you can see. Got around Ashley Tackett once. I felt real good about doing that, getting a pass, and she got right back around me because I messed up and gotten some slick stuff. So it's all good though. 15th isn't too bad, I guess, our first time there. I'm just real hard on myself. I want to do really good in this thing, and I know it's going to take a lot of time, but still doesn't mean I gotta be happy about it, you know. But we're going to move on to next week. We got a week off, actually, I should say. So no racing this weekend. If I can, I'm going to try to make it down to Farmers Raceway. I haven't been down there in a long time. Go see a bunch of my karting buddies and hopefully take this out here too. I'd like to put it on display out there, let some of the kids out there get into it and get some pictures and stuff and answer some questions if anybody has any questions or anything like that about it. Really miss seeing all my kart friends out there. So all you guys, if you're watching this, I appreciate you and I do miss you. I don't forget where I came from out there, and I will be back as soon as I can. Hopefully this weekend. If not, some other time. But like I said, we'll move on after this break this week. We're on to Moeller on Friday, and then Saturday we got a big race. I believe it's $2,800 to win at Mudlick. Thanks a lot for Ashton Thompson and everybody putting that money up. They got a sponsor for that. I believe it was Gravely. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. But that's a cool deal. Anytime we can get more money to pay for this, it's awesome. I mean, I'm not going to be in contention for the $2,800 by any means, but it's cool that it is offered up there. So hopefully we can do decent this weekend. Well, the weekend coming up. And Moeller I feel pretty good about. I think I'm going to be able to do a little decent down there. I don't know about Mudlick. That's a new track. I've never even honestly seen what it looks like, to be honest with you. So I'm going in there blind. I'm going to look it up here probably later tonight, see what it looks like. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I also want to thank my sponsors, American Legion, VFW, Creekside Occasions, Cats and Company, Lakeside Construction. Let's see who else we got. T&K Trico, Cole's Coatings, Farmers. All y'all, thank you so much. Like I said, like and subscribe. We're going to try to keep up with these weekly videos, at least 1 or 2 a week. If not, there might be a little break, and I do apologize, but I'm going to try to do my best. So sorry about this video too. I didn't really get a whole lot of talking in between the races, so it was a really fast-paced program. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get off here, get this video up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.